Yeah, hi guys. This is an update on my Stoger Condor competition trap shotgun that I bought about a month and a half ago. It's I've been doing a regular video series on this gun since it was new, kind of tracking how well the gun is holding up and how well the gun is shooting, and the overall um, impression of this gun. And so let's see. The last time I did a video was a couple weeks ago when I'd had 100 shots fired through the gun, and I've shot it 200 times since then. So I'm now this gun has now been shot 300 times. I've owned it I bought it new just about a month and a half ago, and I figured out one of the problems regarding this gun. Um, it wasn't a problem with the gun, uh, not exactly. The last video, I discussed having a series of hang fires with this gun and at around 100 shots that have been fired through it. And there's an obvious impact of the firing pin on the shells. Well, I happened to have only a half a box of these shells because half of them didn't shoot when I was out shooting this. So I bought some different shells. And all of a sudden, there has not been a hang fire since after firing a different type of shell through the gun. So these are Winchester 12 gauge Universal 7.5 trap loads. And these were just, they started hang firing in this gun. And they were not firing off in a predictable, they weren't firing off half the time. So I figured that the only barrel I've shot out of this gun has been the lower barrel, and I took a look at the firing pin, and the firing pin is just it looks like it could just be just a tiny bit shorter than the firing pin, the upper firing pin, but obviously it's enough to cause a problem firing these Winchester Universal shells. But I have not had a problem since I switched to the other shells, so that's good. There is not a hang fire problem with this gun. Um, I fired 50 rounds today, 50 rounds, 150 rounds last weekend. And let's see, today is the November 12th. So I have not even owned this gun a month and a half. So what's going on is the unusual wear that's been going on. Um, it's continuing. There's one particularly deep groove that I tried to get some kind of an idea on how to measure it, and I've got a sheet metal gauge here, and the largest groove, the deepest groove, the widest groove, it's about 24 gauge in width. And let's see if you can get an idea of what kind of problem we got going here. Let's see if I can get a. It's all this strange wear just on the one side, and I don't know how well that's going to come across on the video. There it is. I saw it there for a second, but that's continuing to get worse. The gun shoots good. It's a well balanced gun. It feels good when I've got it shouldered. When I'm shooting, it feels right. But there's another problem that's developed um, with the foregrip here. The foregrip, I tightened up the screw that was inside a month ago. But now there's a new issue that's developing, and it's out on the end where it's now. I'm not sure if that's coming through. Yeah, okay. And I can't get that tightened up with any there's 2 screws here, and these 2 screws are not influencing that motion here towards the end of the foregrip. So what I've done is I've found a little napkin, and I've been able to put a little napkin in there to fill in that little gap. And that seems to do the trick. There's no more wobble, no more wiggle. So that's just one more thing that's kind of showed up. I haven't been able to fix that. I'm glad the hang fire issue has gone away after switching shells. But the wear problem and this groove, it's basically wearing. A whole indent is occurring here across this side. And like I say, it gets worse every time I open and close the action. There it is. There. That's pretty. Oh, I was there a second ago. Let's see. So anyway, this is I'm really glad I had a chance to do this video. I started this video series before, when this gun was brand new, hadn't been fired, because it was so sticky getting the barrel to break open that I had worked the action for a while. And that's when this problem became obvious, even before I ever fired the gun, a brand new gun, for the first time. So the drop season is coming to a close here within the next month or so. And at that time, I'll deal with the store I bought this gun from, or maybe I'll deal directly with the Stoger people to see if we can get this problem resolved. This was probably a gun that was made on a Monday morning. I know that there's a lot of people who have not had problems with their Stogers, competition trap guns, and there's people who've had problems with them. So I'm not going to make a judgment call quite yet, but I'm going to see if we can get this problem fixed with the company, and hopefully, everybody will be happy when this is all said and done. So, yeah, I don't know if I would strongly recommend this gun yet. We'll see after dealing with the Stoger folks when I try to get this gun problem fixed next month, where they're coming from. So stay tuned, and we'll see how we can get this resolved. Thanks for watching, and I'll probably make another video or two before this series is all done. Thanks.